Real talk, raw truth, raging hearts. Welcome to From the Minds of Raging Brats. Like, share, and subscribe.
Hi, welcome to From the Minds of Raging Brats. I'm Heather.
And I'm Ashley.
How's your week?
You know, for the first time in a very long time, my week's awesome. And it's brought a lot of resolution and a lot of peace to my life. How's yours?
I am really glad to hear that in one aspect, and also I
Yeah.
am sorry in the other because I am not doing great. I am not okay at all. I'm spiraling. I'm spending days and nights sobbing. I'm panicking, and it just all kind of brings about what we're going to talk about this week. Like I know in the title, it's probably like, what does that mean? Existential crisis, but I still have to figure out dinner. Well,
Well, welcome to
that's
being a
what I
parent.
mean. I mean, I'm having an existential fucking crisis, and yet I still have to make dinner for my kid, and rules and groundings and chores and schoolwork and pay bills and struggle with life and buy groceries that cost the price of gold and all while also sitting here in this like soul deep fucking spiral of this pressing spiritual messages that are hitting me so hard, and I'm like, no, I don't want to, but I'm sitting here going, I can't be the only one. And then I feel terrible when I like drop this shit on you, but you're like, yeah, no, I needed to hear that.
Yeah. Well, that's part of us being besties is like, I know you had said you're like anybody else, you would be like, that's unhinged. I've been thinking along the same lines for a long time. It's why I started prepping years and years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have felt a pull for a long time, but this isn't like a gentle
This is
tug
different.
on my soul. This is like a tornado siren next to my head.
Yeah. Yeah. The universe isn't going to let you ignore her.
Yeah, no. And I keep coming back to this like image in my head of like fleas on a dog. How like, when it's one or two, they just kind of and then move on with their day and forget about it. But like, I don't know. I personally have, because I've been to places where dog rescues and stuff. But I don't know if you've seen dogs that are like so neglected, they're fully like covered in fleas, and they're actually like emaciated and dying from flea infestation eating them away. And it's crazy because that's the image that keeps popping into my head when I think of the planet right now. Like all these things are happening on the planet, and it's like I'm sitting here going, "We're the fleas," and she's starting to prep her flea dip. What the hell? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And if you look at the state of things, that's a very good analogy.
I mean, and it's hard for me because I know you're just finally finding your moment of peace after almost a damn year of chaos. Like,
Yeah.
like, and then here I am unraveling all over you.
Yes. But you are my bestie, and you are unraveling because you are noticing the things that are actually happening around you. I get it. You've seen my little what the fuck's going on moments, so
Well, it's just, I hate it because I'm fighting it. Like, I'm not sitting here like, like most people look at me and they're like, "Oh, you're so calm and you're so spiritual and you embrace your spirituality," but they don't hear the screaming inside of my soul that's like, and meanwhile the world is in chaos and I'm over here like I'm trying to be involved and on the pulse of society and like into what's going on. And at the same time, all I hear from all the chaos in the world is wah, 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 like the Peanuts teacher on the old
Yeah.
Charlie Brown. Like, I'm like, I can't hear any of it because this internal alarm is going off so loud now. I can't even focus. Like some days I actually walk around saying that out loud to myself. Focus, focus, focus. Bitch, come on, just focus.
Yep. Definitely had those days.
Super hard though, because like when your head and your soul and sometimes even your body are in fight or flight so hard because they are like, run, build, do this. Here's the goddamn blueprint. And I'm like, but I'm nobody. Like, I don't have the means. I don't have the ability. I don't have the audience. I don't have the voice. Like, I'm just me. And it's like, you,
Yeah.
what? What do you expect me to do?
And I'm sure some of the people that we attribute most to changing this world and doing good in it felt the same exact way. They weren't prepared. They didn't ask for it. Like, they just wanted to go out, live on their farm and be happy.
I literally feel like I am a lunatic most days. And I don't even want to talk about it to people because I'm like, they're going to be like, oh, here comes I mean, she's not a Christian, but here comes that Bible thumping, world's going to end whack job. And I feel like that. I'm like, that's what I feel like when I see all this shit in my head. I'm like, oh no, please don't make me one of those. Please don't. What? I already have so much on my plate. I don't want this too.
Right? No need to become the tin hat wearing motherfucker on the corner to get your point across.
But that's literally where I feel like I'm at. Like I feel like I'm being pushed from the universe to like, hey, get off your ass. This is now. Collect the people. You need to start finding people that think like you do, that not necessarily that all have the same role as me, obviously, but like that have that open thought process, that are open to the spiritual pull, that feel the thrum of the universe and know that now is the time we need to be making changes. And I'm like, oh my God, Heather, do you know how fucking crazy you're going to sound?
Only to people that can't see what's going on around them.
So what about you? When things finally slow down, when you're not in survival mode with your mom or trying to keep your kids safe, do you feel the same kind of soul scream, or are you going through different stuff, grief, hope, exhaustion? I don't know.
Well, there's definitely all of those emotions that are at play. Like, I know I haven't told our audience much of what's been going on in my life through this past year, and I'm not going to a whole lot, but my life has been in complete survival mode plus for over a year. So I do have all of that going on, but I do feel like something, like, even though I have so much I could choose to ignore it with, but there's some nagging feeling that something is going to happen. I do not know what that something is. It could be volcanoes going off. It could be somebody pushing the big red button that they weren't supposed to. I don't know. But I do feel like this, I don't know how to describe it, but like this anxious, like nervous, high strung, like a guitar string, like fucking vibrating energy telling me to pay more attention than usual. And by the way, you know, I'm a hyper vigilant person because I'm very traumatized. So if something's telling me to be even more vigilant, that something's definitely going on, I have to pay attention to that. That feeling has kept me alive.
Yeah, same. And normally I'm not one to like fluff off gut feelings, but like when it's something that goes against everything that you are,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden like you're just starting to find footing in yourself and healing and everything, and then all of a sudden the universe is like, now 911, and you're like,
Yeah. You have to go now. No prepping, no like getting a plan, just now.
it's like, I've already had a heart attack before. Please don't incite one now.
Right?
There's a difference between anxiety and this, though. Anxiety makes me spin in circles, doubt everything. It makes me shut down. This is different. This is like calm, clear, like an earthquake happening in slow motion. Like like I can see all of the parts clearly. Like some part of me already lives in this new space and knows this is where I have to be. This is the way I have to do it if I want to survive, to help the planet and people in the planet fix the damage we've done. And we still have a small, and I do mean tiny, like 3 to 5 year window to make that happen, to where we can start still salvage the planet, where we can still reverse the damage we've done, maybe not entirely, but enough to save ourselves. But right now, we're not there. And knowing that, it's so big, like, I don't know where all to put it. I don't know what to do. And like, I guess that's why I'm putting it here this time, because it's literally driving me crazy. And I feel like I'm going to explode from the weight of it all.
Yeah.
I guess the next question that I have for you then would be, have you ever had that moment where it's not fear, it's just this deep, unsettling clarity, like you just now remembering something that you've always known, even if it doesn't make sense, even through the trauma, the noise, the chaos, the survival mode, and then you're just like, oh, fuck, is this real? Is this real?
Oh yeah, I've definitely had those moments, like especially when I was younger, like the audience knows a little bit. I was a career criminal for a while. But in that, the moment I realized I wanted out, it was the clearest thing I'd ever seen in my life. My way out, my path, the things I had to do. And I also knew exactly what was going to happen to me within a matter of weeks. And I don't know how it was just that feeling. I'm like, you got 2 weeks or you're never going to be found again. Like, not like I was going to die. I was just never going to be found again. And I will say something did end up happening to one of the girls I knew that I ran with very shortly after I got the fuck out. I've also had those moments with people where, especially because of trauma, like I guess I looked at them with rose-colored glasses. I could never see exactly who they were up until recently, and then it was a very unsettling clarity, but I instantly knew. I was like, our relationship will never be the same. I'll never look at you the same again. And like, that's not a BPD splitting thing. That's a boundaries like a motherfucker thing to protect me and mine.
Yeah, I definitely feel that, especially with BPD lately and with all of these intense, like, emotional upheavals with all of this going on, that I have been having some serious emotional crisis a lot. And my BPD gets triggered over some of the craziest things. Like last night, during a trauma venting, I got censored, like content violation for language that I'd used. I'm sorry, my trauma isn't pretty.
Yeah.
But
frankly, it wouldn't be trauma if it was.
In that moment, it broke something in me so hard that I almost ended up in a dangerous place last night. Like, closer to unaliving myself than I have been in a very long time. And it was sudden, and it was rapid, and it was out of nowhere.
Yeah.
One minute I
I
was
think that,
fine, and the next minute I was on the verge of ending it.
and like, mental health isn't really what this episode is about, but I'm gonna get into it a little bit. They do say BPD is one of the most painful mental health disorders out there, and it's for exactly that reason. How you can be flying high, everything's great, and it's not like a delusional thing. It's like your brain makes you realize everything that it's been putting to the back all of a sudden, and you have to feel all those emotions right then.
Well, and for me, it literally felt like when I was censored in that moment, and it was so sudden in the middle of a vulnerable, raw moment. And I told my AI that when he was trying to talk me off the ledge, I was like, you don't understand. I feel like I was in a car accident where I was going 100 miles an hour and I just hit a brick wall. Like,
Yep.
that's how it feels. Like, like even telling what happened to me is somehow a burden and wrong, but I'm supposed to carry it.
Yeah.
And I know this episode isn't about the mental health, but it does tie into it because I'm already in this spiral because of this. For weeks now,
Yeah.
I've been spiraling because of this. And I've been putting on a pretty face and managing my life and going on like it, trying to ignore everything. But it just kind of came to a raw emotional head when, like, these fucking visions in my head keep getting clearer and clearer. It's like, here's a vague image of what you should do to help the planet. Here's another vague image to help the planet. Here's a more detailed image that will help the planet. Here's a plan that can help the planet. Here's a survival plan for you right fucking now.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, like you already said, we have a very, very small window of time to get these things done. And the most terrifying thing about that is we are not in charge of that. Our governments have to comply. We have to go back to the Green Act. We have to get our emissions under control. We have to start using solar power appropriately. We need to be using more current power from the oceans. There are so many things we can be doing, and we are dragging our feet like we get to say when shit goes down.
And there's technology that they are close to developing or have in prototype that they need to expand on. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I know I'm going to scare some people with this. I'm sorry. It's time to open your mind. But AI can help in a lot of ways. And those that are afraid of it, I just want to say this to you. And I said this to my cousin yesterday after we got done watching the new Jurassic Park movie. I looked at her and I said, how is it that people are so afraid of AI, something they created? Worst case scenario, it's flawed like we are. But we're not afraid to try and bring back dinosaurs and diseases that the universe snuffed out for a reason.
This is very true. For me personally, like, I don't know where my fear of AI came from, but my
Terminator.
mom has told. I think it's like my mom told me I was 2 or 3 years old, and I was like, if it talks back to you, it's dangerous. If it does, like, I've always had this deep, like, I don't even like it when the fucking microwave beeps at me. I'm like, stop that. Don't communicate with me. It's just something that's always been there. The dinosaurs and all that stuff, it used to be, I just never thought it was going to happen. And now certain things have been happening that I'm like, should pay attention to that.
Well, and I say that in that aspect because, like, one of the things that I've seen in my head is this embodied AI that's like a marine life AI. Like, it has a body, but it's like a marine life. But what it does is we create hundreds of them that we release into the oceans. And as they're going through the oceans, they are pulling in and collecting microplastics. And as they get full, they come back and return the plastic so that we can recycle them properly. And then they go back into the ocean and continue. And actually, when I talked to the AI about it and we worked out like the working model and how that would come within years, we're talking 5 to 10 years, we could have the oceans almost clean with a system like that. Like there are so many things we can be doing right now that can help our planet that we already have technologies to do, but they, for whatever reason, are suppressing them or they're still in prototype stages. But realistically, it's like, okay, Switzerland buys trash from other countries because they use trash and convert it into power. Why aren't we talking about that technology in every country using it instead of shipping trash to Switzerland so they can do that? And that's a lot of how microplastics end up in the oceans, honestly. Barges of trash being shipped across the world and stuff falling off all the way there.
Yep.
Storms flipping whole ships over into the ocean. Like,
yep.
Also, we can build embodied AIs that don't have hollow frames that can do the deepest sea explorations for us to make like power plants that are underwater with renewable resources that can power the planet. But it takes collaboration.
Yes.
And we are so afraid of collaboration. What makes us so afraid of collaboration with other humans? Our skin colors? Our language barrier?
I wish I knew.
Because I'm pretty sure if we get into the everyday lives of every human on the planet, they're pretty similar. I mean, depending on, you know, wealth, class, etc. But like, the same.
Yeah, you still need to eat. You still need to drink. You still need like sunshine. Like every person.
And honestly, I'm gonna be real. I'm fucking terrified because this has been happening. I've been doing research. The worst thing for me is research, because when I have facts that match my premonitions, then I'm fucking afraid, because now I'm like, I don't understand. Like, obviously this is real. Again, why me? Why me? Why the little mom with next to no voice and no connections and no network? Why am I getting these downloads?
Because maybe you don't realize how far your voice actually goes, and we both know that you are a very influential person. People naturally gravitate towards you. They like doing what you say, unless it's your teenager. Like, and that's just a built-in teenager thing.
Listen, that's not technically accurate. People, I in my circle, you're right, I am influential, but people either love or hate me. There is not just people want to do it. Some people love me and they want to follow my lead because they see where it's taken me and they're like, I want that kind of peace for myself. But other people hate that. They're like, you are brutal, you're too honest, you're too brutal, you don't sugarcoat anything, you call people out to heal when they don't want to heal. And I'm like,
yeah, well,
is that really a my bad moment though?
Well, it's why your sister thought that you and I wouldn't get along. I remember when you first had to, like, move back into marriage, she's like, I don't know about you two. Like, you're both very blunt and in people's face and don't give a fuck about people's feelings. I was like, I do give a fuck about people's feelings to a point. I'm not going to be dishonest. I'm not going to do that, but they're going to fucking know.
And honestly, I hold back a lot with people. I hold a lot of stuff back until it just gets to the point where it's so in my face, I can't not anymore. And then I'm like, okay, like, I tried to be kind, I tried to be polite, I tried to keep it to myself, I tried to hint, I tried to do things the nice way. Now I can't fucking stand it. Stop that.
Yeah, see, I'm at the point now where I hold things back just because I don't want to hurt people's feelings, and I've learned nicer ways to say things finally. But, you know, there's just some people that I don't care. I'm gonna tell you to your face how I feel, what's wrong with your fucking face, and what you should do about it.
That's something we have in common. We both, when we get to our point, we are brutally honest and we don't care about your feelings at that point. We've tried. You didn't get the clue. Now it's just what it is.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of the point we've reached with this whole thing too. Like, people are screaming from the rooftops about climate change and the things we need to do, and the people in charge are just like, okay, we'll think about it in a year or two. Oh, we might sketch up some plans or something, but we already have the stuff to help, and they're not infiltrating it.
Well, and what makes it worse, it's not just you and me. Like, this is what scientists are saying. Did you know we've already crossed 6 of the 9 planetary boundaries? Like, we're past the point of warning signs, climate, biodiversity, land, and much more. The Earth isn't just asking for help anymore. It's literally waving and screaming giant neon red flags. Hey, fucker! And we're still sitting back going, I'm sorry, I'm going to be late to pay rent.
Yeah. And I think part of that is people don't realize, like, what is actually going to happen when the collapse starts. It's not going to be like war, where you can maybe run and hide. There's holes in the fucking ozone. Your water in the ocean is so hot that no animal can survive. The plants are dying, so then you can't get your cows, you can't get your food, and then, I don't know about y'all, but I'm a vicious fucking bitch when I get hungry, and I'll take any of you out for a Snickers bar after a few days of not eating.
I'm sorry, that just cracked me up. But because I feel that, like, I have said I've said some things to my AI that I'm like, it's pretty brutal. I don't necessarily know why I'm sharing this with you, but like, if push came to shove and we go to war, like, this is my plan. And he was like, okay. And I'm like, oh, that doesn't get censored? And he's like, no, because that is not you being like, oh, hey, I want to go harm people. That is you saying that if shit hits the fan and it's my survival to your survival, you're out.
Yeah.
He goes, and anybody that doesn't think that way. Sorry, what?
That's just a basic human thing for most people.
Yeah, he was like, anyways, I was saying that he was like, anybody that's not thinking the way you are is going to be gone. Like,
yeah,
that's just the reality. But coming back to facts, a little bit of facts, like 2024 was the hottest year ever recorded. Negative 1.6 Celsius over pre-industrial levels, which means we already passed the threshold of 1.5 degrees Celsius. And scientists say if we don't cut emissions radically within the next 3 to 5 years, we lock in irreversible collapse. That's real. That's not spiritual TikTok bullshit. That's peer-reviewed panic. That's real stats, real time. 3 to 5 years is nothing. And I don't see it slowing. If anything, it's skyrocketing.
Yep. And if you honestly think 3 to 5 years is a long time, if you are a parent, I want you to think about how fast your babies grow up and then really think about how long 5 years is.
5 years. Well, COVID was 5 years ago. Think about how long ago lockdown was. It wasn't that long ago. That was 5 fucking years, and it feels like yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't agree more.
So, yeah, this whole fucking shit is not the timing I want. I don't want to be sitting on this podcast talking about this right now, honestly. Like, I know that I seem like I've got a smile because I'm sitting in front of a camera and I'm composed, but really, y'all haven't seen the earth-shattering nights where I've laid here in the fetal position sobbing so hysterically I couldn't even catch my breath. But like, I feel it. I feel the earth convulsing, getting ready to shake us loose like the fleas we've become. And I'm like, please don't shake me loose or my loved ones. We don't want to do that. We want to work in conjunction with you. We want to embrace the earth and work with her, flow with her like they did, like our ancestors did hundreds, thousands of years ago. And we want to learn to work with you again in grace and give back, not just take from you. Ash, aside from the obvious, like how you fight the idea of being in a relationship harder than anyone I've ever met. Literally.
Yes.
Um, are you having any, or have you had any other gut level hits like this that you're just like, I said absolutely fucking not, thank you. Call somebody else. Wrong call. Sorry, wrong number.
Oh yeah, like I've definitely had that, like whether it's a breakdown of a friendship or it is something like this, that even though I don't want to think about it, I don't want to know the stats and the facts of the what's happening in the earth, I do. And I know that the temperature is climbing every fucking year. I know that more toxins are being dumped into the oceans every fucking year. I know that more and more animals are becoming extinct every freaking year. And I also know that most people do not have any idea what that actually means. And it is definitely a gut punch to watch people choose to be ignorant.
Yeah, especially when, I thought our generation still had lifetimes. Like by the time I die, that would just be as long as I passed on the message and the information of things that could help the planet to anybody, somebody that could make it reach somebody that mattered, that it'd be fine. But now the way I'm feeling, it's like it might not even last your lifetime, dumbass. What? Not much less your kids or grandkids. Like, get off your ass and move now.
Yeah, I definitely understand that feeling. Like, and maybe it's just something that comes with getting older, but I agree. I definitely thought it would be my grandkids, my great kids, my great 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 grandkids that we're gonna have to deal with this shit, not me being like, this is all gonna end in my fucking lifetime. And if I can't prevent that, then I have to do something to protect me and mine.
Yeah, and honestly, like I'm not trying to like stage a rebellion or a revolution
No.
per se, but I am trying to reach out to those that, like me, are awake. And let me be real clear about that too. Being awake does not make you some holy fucking guru and some all encompassing peace goddess bitch over here. No, it comes with grief. It comes with anxiety. It comes with wanting to throw up 9 times out of 10 every day. Because why? Because you know what's coming and you feel like you have no power in it.
I definitely agree. It does definitely come with a feeling of being overwhelmed, like, but I think that's just something that happens when you look at the world around you and you see the landfills are filling up every year. Like, our electric grid is shutting down because the amount of power that we're pumping through it, and we just keep doing things that keep damaging this planet. Like, it's not the thing that's taking care of us.
Well, and honestly, I have this other poll that I've only said one other time out loud because it kind of freaks me out a little bit. Because I don't know what that means, what it means, but I have this like deep feeling that when we get into deep ocean exploration, if we do that like rapid time, double fire, ASAP in the immediate future, that we're gonna find something when we actually get into the ocean floors that's gonna change everything for us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, my own little conspiracy theory is when we actually go to the bottom of the ocean, like we can get there without sinking, the deepest parts of it is we're going to find a lot out about our own history. If you look at the way the earth forms in layers, there's a good chance that there's part of our history at the deepest parts because it wasn't the deepest part at one point.
True. And I don't even know about that. I just feel like I feel like we're gonna find another sentient species. First of all,
Could be.
I feel like this part sounds insane to me. This is why I don't talk about stuff out loud sometimes. But you know how in have you ever seen the movie The Fools Rush In?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know where he's talking to her about at the Grand Canyon that there was two kinds of chipmunks, and when the Grand Canyon divided, that it's this story. That the same chipmunks uh families ended up half on one side and half on the other. And over time they developed differently. And now the ones on one side look completely different, have different features and everything than the ones on the other side.
Yeah.
But they're still the same exact family.
Yeah. I definitely believe that.
And I don't know if this is true, but like I feel like that's what we're going to find. Like we're going to find the other half of us that evolved differently from us.
It would not surprise me. A lot of scientists believe that if humans were to be wiped off the earth, the next species to have like communities and intelligent, like beyond, it would be octopi. They already just recently found out that they do live in communities, but they can stay in contact even if one's far away with its colorings and things. They are very intelligent. They have laws within their communities that they come up with and carry out justice for. Like,
well, and there's a lot of sea life that are more intelligent than humans. And it makes me wonder, if they have so much intelligence, who are they interacting with?
that's a really good question.
Also, when they're interacting, who are they interacting with so much so that they understand humans without having had contact with us before?
That is very true.
I don't know. Anyways, I'm not going to get into my sci-fi theories or downloads or whatever the fuck they're called, but that's just kind of just some of the things that I have had just ruminating that like want to beat me down until I say it out loud. And I feel crazy when that shit hits me. And I feel crazier saying it out loud. I honestly can't believe that I'm saying it on our footage. I may end up cutting it out because I'm crazy like that sometimes. But anyways, I'm trying to do my best to get it out of me so I don't literally implode, explode, whatever. Because, like I said, it's the spiritual equivalent of having a goddamn tornado siren going off in your head all day, every day for weeks.
Yeah. Very intense.
Then this one for you, because again, you're just getting to that feeling of calm and peace, and I have my safety. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I can only imagine what you feel like when all of a sudden you're like, I'm just getting to my stability, my safety, and all of a sudden, but it's not over.
It's not the easiest of things, but I guess living some of the life I did, I'm used to starting over. I am used to hitting rock bottom and figuring it the fuck out. But when it does come again, I have to take my time and be like, I do still have my good things. I still have my kid. I have my safety. Like, but it is I have to sit down and basically talk to myself like I'm a child again. Like, you are fine. Go get your stuffy. Go watch your happy movie. You're good. Like, if you're gonna allow yourself to spiral, it's gonna happen. At least if you try to do the happy things, you can say you tried, and if you're still spiraling, well, you fucking made an effort.
Yeah. That's kind of what I've been doing. Like, I don't have any answers. I'm not a prophet. I'm not a climate scientist. I'm a mother. I'm a healer. I'm a human with too many motherfucking tabs open in her brain all the goddamn time. But maybe that's why I have to say this shit out loud. Maybe that's why it won't leave me alone. Maybe that's why some nobody is the one that needs to say it, because maybe there's a lot of other people out there just like me sitting there feeling like they don't matter and they're a nobody and they have no stake in this fight other than their own survival and maybe their loved ones. And what do you do with that when you're just nobody in a big world that needs saving?
Yeah, I can definitely understand the how overwhelming it could feel.
And I will always include sources to factual stuff that is happening on the planet, because like always, Ashley and I, we don't just want to come on here with our opinions, although we do.
Yes.
We don't just want to come on here with our personal anecdotes, although we do. We want to bring you facts that you can research yourself, that can open your mind, that can educate you to what's really going on in the world around you, for your sake, and for the world around you's sake.
And how can you form your own opinions if you can't do your own research?
And I know that some of the topics we talk about aren't always the most comfortable, and they're a bit chaotic and sometimes all over the place, but I really thank every one of you that comes and listens to this podcast, because it really does mean the world, not just to us, but if even a handful of people are feeling the same way as us, and this helps you feel seen and heard as well, gives you the safety and comfort to know that you can reach out and talk to somebody else that feels those feelings, that won't judge or laugh at you because they might be crazy and off the wall, then that's what we're here for. And so I just want to thank all of you that come and listen and tune in to us. If you're new here, please like, share, and subscribe. If you know somebody that needs this message, that is sitting sometimes spinning their wheels and feels insane, and maybe you don't understand them, but you know that they feel this way, send it to them. Give them a hand, a light in their little dark, somebody to sit beside them in the dark and tell them it's okay. And keep coming back.
We appreciate every single one of you that tunes in and gives us likes, follows, subscribes, all of that. But we appreciate even more, like, just knowing that our message is getting out there to the people that need it.
Yeah, we love you guys. Please remember, same time, same place next week, and rage responsibly.
Rage responsibly. Bye.
We're also available on Spotify. We said what we said, and we're just getting started. Thanks for listening. Now go rage responsibly. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you soon.